And good day, everybody. Long time no see. How are you guys? Eva, how's it going?
On a scale of 1 to 5?
No, I want to see 10.
Oh, well, okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 100 good.
That is so awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
things
uh,
have been going good.
yeah. So again, though, is if you guys have catched any of our past shows, welcome, welcome. We're now actually going to be more or less recording here, then we're transferring right over to Spotify. So check out our Spotify shows. Right where you can listen to us on these podcasts. And our Spotify show is again the Haunting Live podcast. My name is Brother Chris, and my fabulous host is
The Gypsy Lady, Eva.
yes. So what we're gonna do those for a while though, we're gonna be doing actually just a normal chat show. If you guys want readings or whatever, just type in. Let us know that you want the readings. Indicate exactly what you want actually on the reading, and make sure that there's a question mark. We will not take anything without a question mark. This is a friendly show, so again though it cannot do with anything medical. And even you want to explain about the reason why for medical.
Pardon?
You want to explain about the stuff from medical, why people can't.
Why we can't? Well, first of all, especially here in the States, we are not qualified medical personnel. I have had no training. I'm not sure about you, Chris.
Only with the mental health.
Booga booga.
So
And we may know a lot about different things when it comes to medical, but we are not certified in any way to do any kind of medical diagnosis. And I have, in here in the United States, I have run up against that several times. So please do not ask us to do anything medical.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot better. If there's anything medical, is make sure that you see family doctors,
Yes.
or if you guys are interested in counseling, make sure that you do talk to your counselor directly. So yeah, so we haven't been actually on for a while. I've been posting like little clips here and there of garage sales that have been going actually on ever since April. And also, I've been posting the views actually from our office here, actually here in Canada. So looking over the top of Waterloo and Kitchener. So yeah. So today was actually our final day actually of our garage sale. So
Estate sale.
yes, thank you. Yes, yes, estate sale. So many people get so much stuff mixed up with garage sales and estate sales. Um, I'm going to pass over to Eva. I'm going to get her to explain sort of what the difference is. She's much younger than I am and much better looking than I am. So
Oh, you're too kind. You're
it's
too
like,
kind. You handsome dude, you.
so
I don't know that there is that much difference other than the fact that estate sales, you're just trying to get rid of everything in the house. Garage sales are generally, oh, we got to clean out the bedrooms again. There's just too much junk. And you're not really trying to move out, whereas in estate sales, you want to get, generally, you want to clean the house out and possibly sell it.
yeah,
How
yeah,
about that?
yeah, yeah. And we actually
And
had
besides, let's face it, estate sales sounds so much nicer. I'm having an estate sale as opposed
so.
to, hey, I've got a garage car ready to go in here.
That's like gotcha. Yes, it's so true. So we've
A
got
friend,
so
I
we
have to tell you,
go
a
ahead.
friend of mine went to a garage sale and they had all the stuff and the person was sitting inside the garage because it was a very hot summer day. And there was a car covered up off into the one side. And he said, "Is the car for sale?" And she says, "Yeah, it's this Chevy type. It's was my dad's, and I really should talk to someone to get rid of it." He says, "Would you mind if I look at it?" It was a Corvette, like an original vet. How much
Okay.
do you want for it? Expecting to hear, come on, I don't know what, maybe a couple $1,000 if you want. He said, I counted out that money so fast, it burned.
Yeah. That's
And then he went back and paid her another $3,000 because I think because it was in such excellent condition, low mileage, he got big bucks for it. He
yeah.
cleaned it up, restored it, and got big bucks for it.
Well,
So things can happen.
it's funny though because there is so much stuff that's a flip around. Right with garage sale stuff, and
Oh yeah.
there's one guy though I was watching a while ago. They buy storage lockers. His channel is called Jeebus. And I was actually watching his stuff. They actually bought so much storage lockers they didn't know exactly what to do with the stuff inside. They were selling everything for $1.
Mm.
But with us today, though, what we said to people though is talk to us. We're very negotiable for the pricing. We're easygoing. Let us know, offer something, and we'll be able to go there.
Right.
Now, now one thing though that we did have there, which is a walker. Now, so not walker, sorry, is a scooter. Okay, scooter unfortunately goes to 250 pounds, but one guy goes and says, "Well, how much do you want for $1?" I was like, "No, we're looking at 100. We're looking at $100 start off price." So he walked away. I was like, "Okay, thank you." But my mother used to take it actually when she used to travel from Ontario to the States. So yeah, it's one of those good ones. It's like so. But besides all that, what have you been up to? Well, we've actually been on a break.
Oh, no good as usual.
So,
uh, Actually, I did have some prayers answered. Uh, with all the medical problems I've been dealing with, it seemed like my creativity was gone. And I was, like, you want me to do what? And we had to get a new housekeeper. Oh, you haven't heard this story yet, have you?
you have
And
told me.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but you
And
go.
I've been praying for something to get me going, and the young woman that we hired to clean our house wants to get into graphics. So we talk graphics, and she is seriously thinking about doing a couple garage sales. That too, a couple art shows or craft shows this summer.
Yeah.
Get some stuff together. So it's helping me because I'm helping her. So prayers do get answered.
Yep. And you want to sort of explain of how she got to know you guys?
Catherine is the daughter of a friend of mine, or of a friend of ours, who originally we had as a housekeeper, and that's how we met. And I've watched her grow from this gangly little child to this beautiful young woman. So
Yeah.
that's how we knew her.
It's like so. Yeah. So you've had a miracle happen,
Yes,
right? And
your turn.
for myself though, today actually I had a strange miracle. And I briefly explained it to Eva. Now at the garage sale though, I was burning a sage stick, and this sage stick, it was so weird though because I was using a lighter, and the lighter was almost actually out. Sage stick would not light because the sage stick was previously used. Anyway, so it's right when certain people showed up, the thing lit up. Like I mean by lit, it lit. The sage stick. Yeah.
Oh, is that why you don't hear the eyebrows?
Yes, yes. So, so the sage stick was actually lit, and it kept on going. And before we left, though, because we closed off at 12 for the estate sale, the thing must have been still burning, and it was face down actually in the dirt. So I needed the place cleansed, and anytime whenever I lit the place, we had cars driving by, and my sister was getting upset, and I said to her, "Well, just think though." She's like, "What?" I said, "They're not coming in because the sage is actually lit. They got negative energy. We need positive people here." So there was a lot of people that didn't show. There was a lot of people though that were stopping in off and on, and she kept on saying, "Okay, energy, please send more people." Because I try to instill in her is if you send positive energy out to the universe, you get positive energy back. So the people kept on showing up right when she kept on asking. It's like but yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. You said put the positive out, the positive comes back.
Yeah.
Um, Karma is as karma does, and I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's been happening here in the state with the former president. Talk about karma is as karma does.
Yeah.
He finally has got his.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, didn't you predict it a while ago?
I'm sorry?
So didn't you predict it a while ago that something was going to happen to him?
Yes, yes. And I
So
still say I don't think I'm sorry, I just don't think he's going to make it to the final gate, so to speak.
yeah. Yeah.
We'll
Well,
just leave it at that.
I'm gonna say the producer actually of Haunting Live. He got he got something. I think it was on Twitter or something like that, and it was like, okay, everybody watch the U.S. airport borders for him, because who knows if he's gonna take off or whatever.
I don't think so.
It's like so.
But that wouldn't surprise me. You know, I've said that I have said that too for a long time, that something's going to happen and he's going to jump a plane, because he does have his own plane,
Yeah.
and he is going to go live someplace else.
Yeah, but not here in Canada.
No, no, no. If anything, he'll probably go to Russia.
It's like so. Putin can deal with
He's going
him.
to become Russian lady, Russian man.
Yeah, Putin can deal with him. So, gosh. Well,
But think about it. If he goes to Russia, at least Melania can help him, because she speaks that language very well.
yes, it's like us.
Sorry.
Well,
Sorry.
over here across the border, across the border line, a lot has been going actually on with actually our premier, which is actually Justin Trudeau. Wacko. So yeah, a lot of things have actually been going actually on, and the truth is finally coming out about him. And then his witch Freeman is coming out also, which is pretty good. But just recently, the one that's in charge of Ontario, our province, not state, for everybody down there in the States, we go by provinces. The one that's actually in charge with Ontario just recently turned around on the news and said, hey, well, if you're an immigrant, if you're going to cause trouble, you're not welcome here in actually Ontario. A lot of people have gone against them, but for myself personally, it's true though, because of the Ontario government and the borders are not doing a full check actually on anybody that's coming to live here in Ontario or Canada. It's not doing a full credit check, the criminal check. So yeah, you got to actually smarten up and actually respect people. Now that was that there. This will jump you, like make you even jump in your skin. It was about a school shooting, and it was a Jewish school.
Sorry?
It said it was about a Jewish school that was actually just shot at this week. Well, the kids were actually still in school. So.
Okay, my blood pressure just shot through the ceiling again.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I mean, as for myself, if you want to be Jewish, be Jewish. Oy, could it be worse? If you want to be a Muslim, be a Muslim. If you want to be a Buddhist, be a Buddhist. Just don't push it on me. If I ask you some questions about it, fine, give me the answers, but don't push it on me.
Yeah.
That's my philosophy.
So, yeah, but
and if you want to be a pagan and run around the woods in Nuckarshid, well, fine.
So
that's a German phrase, naked ass, Nuckarshid.
So, but yeah, there's been so much going actually on. So,
well, in the States here, it's not so much the religious thing as the political thing, and you know, like I say, we gotta keep it down because my blood pressure goes swing.
So, yeah. Well, one thing I was surprised about within the States, since actually Carrot Top is going to be going to jail. Okay, the States doesn't.
Oh, he is?
The States is not suspending his running for president. Here in Canada, is if you're guilty of something that you're running for, you're actually canceled right away.
Well, the thing is, in the U.S. Constitution, there is nothing, and there is not even laws. And I think they said this morning I was listening to something, and they said they can't even pass laws that would put a convicted felon in out of the race. He could not run at all. Now, if he is in jail at the time of the election, he can't vote. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But the rest of it, he can run for president, he can be president. The only thing with that is there are certain things, I don't know how that's going to be conflicted because he is the president, so he has right to see these documents, but then he is a convicted felon, which because these are top secret or very secret, ultra secret, however you want to put it, they can't show it because he technically he is still a convicted felon. And they're not sure if they should or they shouldn't, and it's a debate that's going on, and I'm going like, no, I I don't think he's going to be president anyway.
Well, again, though, I'm sorry for saying this about the states, but the Constitution is so old. They need to revamp that Constitution so much. Get that Constitution actually up to date. So.
On some things, yes, I agree with
So.
you. I think some things need to be looked at, reevaluated, and whatever.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll be right back after this quick commercial, and yeah, we'll talk a little bit more. And Eva's gonna pull some cards. I've got some cards ready for reading, so we'll be right back.
This arts and craft market at the Stratford Park Museum. 57 vendors showcasing handmade creations for the community to enjoy and purchase. Organizers say the goal of the market is to bring cultures together in peace and celebration while also exchanging knowledge.
Alrighty, so yeah, we're back. Again, though, it is the Stratford Perth Museum, actually, for the Indigenous Art and Craft Show is coming up in September. And what I was talking with actually the people there, 95% of it will be actually indoors this year. There's enough space actually there. If you want to be outside, that's fine. But with the cold weather and everything else, we'd rather see you guys actually inside, have everybody come in. So, yeah, Eva was just pulling some cards. What card did you pull, love?
Well, I was shuffling the cards when we were first starting, and I stopped it so that I would do it. And look at what came up on the top.
And for everybody, that's the devil.
The death card. Oh, it is the devil card. Never mind.
Yeah, it's the devil card.
It still is appropriate when I think about it. I mean, we were talking about Trump, and that's what came up.
Yeah.
My mother is over there laughing her head off.
And her mother is so young and beautiful. So.
In a few more days, she will be 94 years old.
Yeah, that's still young.
Yeah. Well, her mother was almost 100 when she passed, so yeah.
It's like that's a. Well, the cards actually I pulled earlier, and I sort of explained it to Eva before we started the show. First card though was actually Walking in Beauty.
My mother.
All right. Second one, which is actually Tracker, and the last one was Trickster.
Interesting.
So with the first one, though, Walking in Beauty, all right, we're always in beauty, no matter what. Even if it's horrible weather, it's still beauty. Beauty, though, is what your eyes see, not what your mind sees. What your eyes see.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes. So basically, though, we're always walking in beauty, and beauty is the best way how to look. Now, the next one, though, is actually Tracker. You're going to track, so this is general. We're going to all track down, actually, our fears and our desires. Since we were talking about earlier about Trump, actually, they're actually going to track a little bit more information on him altogether. It could be positive, it could be negative. Now, with the Trickster, right? I shouldn't say much more, but yeah, we all knew, though, even us Canadians, so that Donald J. Trump, I think that's his name, was always a trickster.
Yes, he was.
So the trickster stuff is actually coming true, right? It's being shown lately. But with us Canadians, though, we got to watch out for actually what's going actually on in politics right now. There's a lot of information, though, that a lot of people think is the proper information because they're being blindsided by the news. You guys sit down and watch the politics stuff. There's a channel I watch on YouTube. The guy actually shows clips and all that, but the clips are actually really good. So yeah. So again, those Trickster was it, Tracker, and then Walking in Beauty. So yeah. All right, and Eva, what were you able to get?
I pulled up I did my usual 3 cards. The first one I pulled up was the Empress. The second was the Tower, which is very interesting because the tower is being destroyed. And then the third one I pulled up was the Queen of Coins, or Queen of Pentacles. And it's kind of interesting because the Queen is watching the Tower. The way the cards are laid out, the Queen is watching the Tower.
Yeah.
And I find it, fascinating that it's all females, or there's 2 females. And I think of, when I look at this one, it's like, I know it's not the Statue of Liberty, but I think of it as Lady Liberty.
Yeah.
In the symbology of what's being pulled up. And the Tower is our political structure is being, I don't want to say destroyed, but it sure is being battered. There's a fire, there's lightning, there's the waves are crashing into it. The tower is being assaulted. Maybe that would be a good way to put it. And when I saw this one and I was looking at it, one of the things that kept coming through is the Queen of Heaven is looking down on us. And that could be, again, the Lady Liberty thing. But in this case, I think it's the Queen of Heaven, or the Queen of the Heavens, however you want to put it. And she is watching us, and she is she's making sure things are going to be okay. I don't know. And then the last card, I always pull up, take the rest of the deck that I don't use, and I go to the bottom card rather than the top card, and it's the 10 of coins, or pentacles. And that's kind of a looking at the new castle, or a new abode, or a new whatever. Maybe we're going to be going, maybe the U.S. is going to be blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I washed my mouth this morning and can't do a thing with it. And, but it's almost like they're looking at a new place to live. And maybe that's a way of saying maybe we're going to go through some stressful times, the tower falling, but we've got a better future ahead of us. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are quick reload readings that we were able to pick up. So yeah, there has been so much going actually on lately. Since Eve was over in Michigan, I'm over here in Ontario. There has been so much going actually on. Have you watched that video I sent you?
I'm sorry?
Did you watch that one video I sent you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. So the latest news right now, though, is the new bridge, which is the Gordie, I think it's the Gordie Howe Bridge.
Yes.
Yeah. So that one there, it's so off balance right now. Yeah. The Canadian side is higher than the American side.
Not be this way. I don't know.
Yeah. So the Canadian side is higher than the American side. And
I mean, that's right out of a comedy.
Yeah.
One of those old movies where they make they're laying in the railroad tracks and they come, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Or a road, it's like, God, that's right out of a comedy, old-time comedy.
Yeah. I saw that just this week and I was like, oh my gosh. I told Eva about it, and then all of a sudden I sent her the video, right?
Well, you know what it is. It's because You people use metrics, and we use standard.
No,
Just thinking.
no, you guys use the other way. We use the standard. So you guys use yards,
Yes.
right? We use meters.
Okay. I'll go.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Is in the translation, it didn't.
yeah,
Somebody wasn't doing the math right.
yeah. So there's a big problem though, and they were really close to closing it, connecting it. But the thing though is, we're going to be able to watch and see exactly what they're going to do. Like, are they officially going to be able to strip it apart and rebuild it, or what?
I don't know.
So
Build another bridge? I don't know. Excuse me.
it's like, gosh. But the guy though that actually has the bridge actually in Windsor was complaining though that they were building the Gordie Howe Bridge. But with the Windsor Bridge, that bridge is so out of date. It's so thin, especially with all that traffic. And
Well,
you said a couple of days ago that you guys were in Port Huron.
yes.
So
And we were watching the traffic on that bridge, and it could be because some of the bridge traffic is coming up from Detroit to cross over. Excuse me, to cross over. But as we were coming up, we were looking this way out to the bridge, and it was just one massive line of trucks, semi trucks going across,
and
and
I was
it's like,
and that was
no,
coming from Ontario from Sarnia. So that's on the Blue Water Bridge. That was coming actually
yes.
from Sarnia going over to Port Huron. Like, it was so bad. So
One of my friends, when they do come over, they never use the bridge. They go down further and take the ferry. They
okay,
say
yeah,
it's safer. I'm
yeah.
like, okay.
They still have that ferry going on.
Oh, yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
Oh,
So
yes.
so
There are
for
plenty of people who will not use the bridge.
so for everybody that does not know what we're talking about, the ferry is basically, it's not like a normal ferry. You just drive actually on. You stay in your car.
Hmm.
Small little flat platform that they sent across. It's like the old cartoons that people were actually on one side pulling by the ropes. It's sort of like that style.
Sort of,
So
but it's interesting.
yeah, yeah. It's like, gosh. So that there is actually the news right now actually happening with Michigan and Ontario, which is so weird. But yeah, it's like, gosh. And then a couple days ago we were talking about some of the shopping down there, but some of the shopping malls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been closing them. Well, not really closing them. Like the one of the big ones was Lakeside Mall.
Yep.
You said you used to go to that,
Yep. For the water slide.
and there were enough stores closing. I think J.C. Penney's is still open. I'm not sure, or still whatever. But they're basically taking it and revamping it. Part of the area will be a workout, not physical therapy, but where you can do workout and all kinds of stuff.
To a gym.
A gym. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
My mind is not working.
So.
Wait a minute. I don't have them. I put it out some. And they're talking about doing like um, kind of a craft area
Yeah.
where people can bring their crafts in and either set up a little shop or a little table or a little corner or whatever you want to call it, and or you can just take your stuff in and here's my things, here's, I've got this number, they'll sell it, and you kind of do that sort of a thing.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be wasted. uh, it will be used, which I think is a great thing, because so many of these things were built and then just left. And they were showing Lakeside as being one that they're re revamping, and there was another one, but I can't remember where that one was. But then they were also showing some that were being torn down because there's just nothing. They were built so cheaply, so it's kind of sad in a way.
Yeah. Well, the malls over here are actually booming quite over here. Um, No, we actually have inside malls or outside malls. That's what we both have,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the inside malls, so in my region, though, are actually booming. The only talk though that we're talking about right now, though, is that there's two separate hospitals. One's called St. Mary's, the other one's is actually another name. And what's going to go on though? They're going to be merging actually as one. But everybody's asking whereabouts is it going to go? Like our population size has grown so much. We're almost the same. We're almost the same size as Mississauga, Ontario.
Mm.
So it's like, gosh.
Well, one of the things they say here, they've said here different times, is part of the reason that these malls are being deserted, however you want to, failing. I don't want to say failing because I don't think that's the. But one of the big problems is everybody's going to the internet.
Yeah.
You know, and I've ordered stuff through Amazon, and they said it'll be here on Wednesday, and sure enough, it's here on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
it's like, gosh, so much is changing nowadays, technology wise, compared to how it used to be like not even 5 years ago. Right? And it's like, gosh.
Except for the cities in the clouds.
Yeah.
We are the Jetsons.
So
we're getting very close to it.
Yes. Well, they have created actually flying cars.
Yes, we have.
Right.
Finally.
Yeah, and
Took them long enough.
They're supposed to be coming actually on. Well, they're supposed to be coming on the market starting actually as next year. Even though that you're kind of close to Motor City, right?
Yes, I am.
And for everybody though that doesn't know Motor City, you want to let people know what Motor City basically is.
Motor City is Detroit.
Yeah. So, yeah, everybody calls that Motor City.
Motor City.
So it's so weird though how much the technology is going through.
Hang on just a second. Unknown callers get hung up on.
And your mother has seen everything change.
Oh, I think I've told you that, and I may have told the audience. I was sitting with my grandmother, and she was just celebrating her 95th birthday. And I said, Grandma, you have seen so much. You've seen agriculture, because they were farmers, go from working with horses, walking behind horses, to these huge tractors that are, even then, they were starting to get computer-driven type thing.
Yeah.
I said, you've seen cars go from a rich man's toys to everybody has at least one. And and other things. I mean, you've seen man walk on the moon. They went from flying as a daredevil thing, now they're walking on the moon. And I said, you have seen so much history. And she said, yes, but if you live as long as I do, you will see that history too. Yeah. Lots of history.
Yeah.
I said, Grandma, of all the things you've seen and experienced, what's the one thing that you're glad to be a part of? She just sat there for a few minutes and is thinking, and she goes, indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
Of all the things, it's the indoor plumbing.
So, and we'll leave it at that. Join us hopefully next week, actually, for
is it time to leave already?
Yeah. So I know it kind of bites, but yeah, again, those.
Well, I left on a happy note.
Yeah.
Funny note.
Yeah. So again, they'll join us hopefully next week, actually here underneath Divine Oracle Podcast, underneath our new format, which is going to be Let's Talk. So, yeah. So you got the Canadian and also American flag actually on it with a microphone. So again, we do say thanks a lot for joining in. If you guys would love to have a personal reading, you can do so through Eva or myself. We do personal readings actually for you guys. We do them also online. Right? Don't have to be here in the person. We can actually read your energy over that way. Okay, yes. Thanks a lot. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Yes. Bye-bye, and thank you for your time.
Be sure to book your readings with Gypsy Lady Eva. Book your readings with and Brother Chris.